I got the phone call, and it was a person who I didn't know. It was a member of that church family, and said that something bad had happened to my daughter, and that my family was on the way to St. Mary's Hospital, and that was all the information they had.
When Christiane came to us, she was a child, a 14-year-old child, who had lost consciousness.
The emergency room doctor came out and told us how serious it was, and he was very frank. He says she has a massive hemorrhage deep inside of her brain, and that it didn't look good, that there's a brain surgeon. They were getting there on an emergency basis, but there was a chance I might lose my daughter.
The cause of the hemorrhage was a arteriovenous malformation, an abnormal collection of blood vessels, and their tendency is to bleed with catastrophic events, loss of consciousness or death.
She had lots of blood products, and I have to admit that if it weren't for the blood, Christiane would be dead. The blood that she was given from donors saved her life.
If you're thinking that this is an unusual event that we're having today, you're right. Virginia Blood Services never reveals the name of a blood donor without permission.
The biggest thing I learned about from today was that there's a face behind the people that gave blood to my daughter.
It was just so emotional. The donors were overwhelmed. Christiane was overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed. I just couldn't, I was crying. It was just very special to have these people.
All I can say is that I appreciated that gift as much as I've appreciated anything in my life. You don't really know if you believe in miracles until something like this happens to you, and then you know that there's been a miracle that happened. The miracle of modern medicine, the miracle of friendship and kindness, the miracle of all the people that gave blood that didn't know who she was.
I am a living, walking miracle.
She's a wonderful example of the good that's been done by many, many people donating their blood, many people who work at the hospital, and her family in supporting her through it.
And you never know. You never know who's going to be a blood donor, who's going to walk into your life, who's going to have an impact. And these people, you give blood, when you give blood, and I've given blood before, you don't even think about that blood actually going to a person. You know it's going to be used, but you just don't imagine in what kind of situation. And I know these people, when they gave blood, probably didn't think in what situation it would be used and how critical and how meaningful it was going to be for me. I think the interesting thing that I would love for everybody to understand is you don't have to walk around in a red cape and do Superman types of things in order to be a hero. Sometimes it's just the little things that you do that affect people in such a profound way. And it may be something just ridiculous and you think nothing of it. Opening a door for somebody, saying yes ma'am to somebody, donating blood to somebody. It seems so insignificant at the time, but those little things can become heroic acts, and sometimes, most of the time, you'll never know. Which is a shame. You never know what a hero you can be.